Hi there. In the last part, we went over how to set up the augmented 3D virtual environment so that you can see a virtual recreation of the annex, and so that we can go on and show you how to use EOS to control the lights in the annex without being there. So today, we're going to do just that and show you how to turn on and off lights and control the brightness through EOS. To begin with, we'll turn on a single light. This will be done by typing the channel number, pressing @ or the letter A on a keyboard, and then the value you wish, so for example 50%. When using the actual lighting desk, you'll have the option to use a scroll wheel to control the brightness, but since you don't have that hardware at home, we're stuck with using the keyboard. The same can be done for, say, channel 8 at 100%, and that'll turn on a different light. If we want to turn on channel 2 to 5%, for example, we may type channel 2 at 5, and hit enter. It comes on at 50% brightness like channel 1. This is because EOS converts single digit numbers into multiples of 10. So 1 is perceived as 10%, 2 at 20, 3 at 30, etc. To get around this, you have to type 05, so that'd be channel 2 at 05. Enter. As you can see, it's much dimmer now. Sometimes you wish to see the exact values you've programmed for lights. So to view the value each light is currently set at, go over to the live summary here, and you will see rows of channels with the values, where FL just means full. So channel 2 is at 5, channel 1's at 50, and channel 8's at full. Going back to augmented, to turn off a light, you can do it in one of two ways. You can either select the channel, hit @ and then 0, and that turns off the light, or you can say channel 8 @ and then out, which will also turn it off. Out's a button on the lighting desk, or it's the letter O on a keyboard. The other alternative to setting the light's value to 0, either through @0 or out, is what's called sneak, which reverts the light to its default state for that scene. So if we were to take a look at the live summary, you can see channel 1 and channel 8 are set to 0, but channel 2 is set to 5. So if we say channel 2, and then sneak, which on the keyboard is the letter N, but will also be on the lighting desk when you get to see that, and then hit enter, you will see channel 2 slowly decreasing over the course of 5 seconds, and it has no value anymore. That's the beauty of sneak. It doesn't store any value, it reverts it to the default like all the other channels. This is useful if you want to turn on individual lights to control, say, a spotlight, but if you want to do a group of lights, then you might need to be incorporating some of the other abilities and selecting multiple lights at once. So to do this, we're going to start with turning on the cold wash at 75%. To do this, we'll say channel 9, and then through, same with patching, you press the letter T and you get the through symbol, and then 16 at, and say 75%, and hit enter. As you can see, that turned on all 8 lights at once. You can do individual lights that aren't in sequence, either through the offset tool we showed you during patching, or by simply pressing the plus symbol. So if I type in channel 20, and then the plus symbol on the keyboard or on the lighting desk, and then 23, 26, and 29, you may see the lights are highlighted in the rig, and we do at 50%, enter, you'll see that turns on all 4 red colours in the sides. So if we select all of the lights, so 1 through 30 encompasses all of them, all the ones that are on at least, and then sneak, we can set those to off and make it easier to continue. As you can see, selecting a group of lights can be quite time consuming. While it's fine once or twice, to do multiple times throughout a show can be a bit of a faff. So we record groups that are easy to access multiple times. To do so, we first select the group of lights we want. So in this case, we're going to go for the warm wash, which is channels 1 through 8. Then hit record, which is the R button on the keyboard, or we found on the lighting desk. Group, which is the G button on the keyboard, or again found on the lighting desk, and then the group number. Hit enter, and that's recorded a group. We can then give that group a label by selecting the group, hitting the label button or the button L on the keyboard, and then typing in the name. So in this case, warm wash. That allows us then to, instead of selecting channels 1 through 8, just select group 1 and control that brightness. Nice and simple. We can do the same for multiple lights that aren't in series, as we did with the red lights. We just select 20, 23, 26 and 29, record group 2, enter, hit label, give them a nice name, and then we can control group 2 nice and easily. Straightforward. However, trying to remember group numbers can be a bit of a pain. So we use what are called direct selects. If you hit this plus button down here, you'll see one of the tabs you can select from is direct selects. If you click on that, you can select groups, and we can see we have the warm wash and the red pars group that we had previously created. We can select those and it automatically selects at the bottom, and we can control the brightness of those as we did before. If we go back to augmented, you can see now the warm wash has completely vanished as we took it out. However, you don't want to be flipping back and forth, so unless you've got multiple monitors, it's really useful to be able to set two things side by side on the same screen. To do this, go back to the plus symbol. Up here, you can now select 2 columns, or 2 rows, or any other layout you wish. But for now, we use 2 columns to have augmented side by side with the groups that we want. And that allows us to just select the red pars and set them to a bit dimmer, nice and easily. Well, thank you very much for watching. In the next part, we'll go through how to use these steps to actually program scenes and how to go back and forth between those, which is the last thing you need to know to actually perform a show. So hopefully we'll see you next time, and if you've had any issues, please do let us know in the comments or send us a message and we'll try and answer them as quickly as possible.